All right, think we're live. Yep, we're on the show. Greetings, dear denizens of planet Dirt. Welcome. I'm Doc Kaiju. We are here with Mama Suzie, and you pronounce it Darce'lph?
Dark elf.
Dark Elf. Okay, that makes more
Just
sense.
spelling bougie. Just spelling bougie. That's all.
I dig it. Do we have anyone here yet? Um, oh, it's right. Oh yeah, I should be able to view from the screen, but I don't see any comments. All right, but hold on. That can't be right yet because we have to have some old comments in there that I'm not seeing. Well, in the meantime, how's everyone doing today?
Good.
You chilling. Can't complain.
You all pumped? We're getting a new episode tonight, penultimate episode. Uh, looks like you know, Godzilla's chased off Titan X, and well, Titan X is chasing after its egg. Oh, hey, I'm seeing comments now. All right, cool. And so what did everyone think about that like that's the big question, right? The battle with Godzilla and Titan X. How did you feel about it?
I enjoyed it.
I was not happy with it.
What? Everything was leading to this. What are you talking about?
No, she did not. She's a mother. She was after her egg. Godzilla should just mind his business.
Is Godzilla
Right.
a hen though? Based on the movies, I'm thinking Godzilla might be a mom too. Wasn't there a baby Godzilla?
No, the original Godzilla died. So I don't know how they
Oh,
got all these Godzillas. The original Godzilla was
You seen the show? Godzilla don't die, just looks that.
No, he died. They showed his skeleton.
Nah, what they call it? 2-3 weeks. They
oh,
thought that man was gone.
oh, okay. So in the first of the MonsterVerse films chronology, which would start in the 2014 film, yeah, the Muto they were like Muto eggs that were in the body of a dead Godzilla. That one I believe was named Dagon, and they feature him in a comic book, I believe. I'm pretty sure I own and read that one, but I have it digitally, and I've been having a difficult time getting into my Kindle account. Um, but yeah, Mama Susie's correct there. And then back in the old movies in 1954, they definitely killified Godzilla with the oxygen destroyer. And then in the subsequent series, or at least the next two, which was the what they call the Showa series, which was like kind of like the old goofier films that went on to like I think it was like 1973. I think was Terror of Mechagodzilla, which was like the final film in that, although it's not the final in that chronology because Destroy All Monsters was actually took place in the future, the far future of 1999, where they had flying cars and a moon base. But then
This
there's
is a
the
big one.
Heisei series, which started in 1984 and that went to 1995. And but for each of those, the original Godzilla was dead kaput, and the Godzilla then that was continuing the series was a different Godzilla. The
Yeah.
original, it was one that was found in like I think it was like the Arctic or Antarctic or something, or in an iceberg. People are going to kill me for not knowing the exacts on this, but I'm sorry. And then in 1984, 1985, Godzilla awakened. I'm guessing it was probably in the Bering Sea, because that's where the Futurians moved him after they moved his body from Lagos Island. Um, then he got irradiated there. That's a long, confusing story. 1991's Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. Mess of a time travel film, but in some ways it kind of makes sense. But oh man, you really have to think about it and do some mental gymnastics.
Now, is it time travel or is it them stepping into
Yeah.
their monster pocket like in Monarch when they time is
Oh
different there
no.
type of thing?
The Futurians, they sucked at time travel. They had no idea what the heck they were doing. They didn't even understand that the original Godzilla was dead, and that the Godzilla they were dealing with was a completely different one. It didn't really affect much, but it just made them look really dumb. Um, and they were basically like some like rich jerks that like kind of like activists that took over, like hijacked like some time travel technology and decided they were going to take down Japan because in the future Japan became a superpower, and they didn't want Japan to become a superpower. Um, so it was a weird storyline, but it was entertaining. It was good. Special effects were good for its time. The fights with Godzilla and King Ghidorah, and then Godzilla and Mecha King Ghidorah, those were pretty cool. Hey, everything broke down. Hi, Scarlet Fever. Hi, Dana Marie.
All right, they loading up. They starting to load up the comments now. She waving. She
Yep,
waving.
everyone's loading up now. Yep, that's Miguel and Mama Suzie.
That's a fact.
The
Double the trouble.
old
Hey, can I click
Godzilla
on these
here.
from here?
The old Godzilla.
Now my thing is, so if you telling me Godzilla died, like 3 different Godzilla died, and they keep, so is Godzilla like Japanese for big monster? Are they calling King Kong Godzilla?
So Godzilla, there's a little bit of debate about it, but um, I think the consensus is that it means it's kind of like a fusion of words, and basically means gorilla whale. And oh,
Hello, where?
we got Critter in the chat. Oh yeah, I should probably explain why Critter isn't here today. Critter's sick, um, and it's probably best for him to not be trying to be on air right now. But
Feel better,
Critter, I
brother.
love
Feel
you.
better.
I'm saving the all the science stuff that I wanted to do for when Critter can be here. This way, we can all be here. Oh, and Jen's running late. Jen will also be here. Can I see the back room from this one? Jen might already be here for all I know. I got to go and check the other side. I don't see anything in the private chat. So Jen, if you arrive before I get to the computer, because I can't run the computer while doing this, post in the private chat, and I'll see that. I love you too. All right, so let's see, what do we have here? Oh, okay, we got actually some kind of relevant comments. I mean, not that everything else wasn't relevant, but I mean relevant to the topic. Let's see. Oh, so
2000
Mama Susie,
Godzillas you didn't like?
what was that question?
No, everything broke down. Said Baby Clay said Godzilla 2000. He wasn't a fan. I thought that was decent. Wasn't that the first time we saw John Goodman in the 2000 ones?
No, that
No,
was
so Godzilla
Oh, that was
2000,
Broderick.
Matthew Broderick. And Godzilla was born a female. They were all females.
oh yeah, that was the 1997 film. So the 1997 American Godzilla film that had Matthew Broderick. Yeah, it was like a female Godzilla who could reproduce asexually, and there's a lot of debate among fans as to whether or not people want to consider that Godzilla or a Godzilla movie. It was a Godzilla movie. People have to get over it. And if you don't like that version, you don't like that version. But personally, I liked the version from the animated series, which was a male Godzilla, and that one could breathe fire, which is kind of sexist. But I mean, the female can also create hordes of little babies that go everywhere and grow up into giant ones. So I guess that's a weapon of motherhood, which is actually kind of scarier when you really consider the
Had a
implications
kid in the
of
field.
how. Yeah. But Godzilla 2000 was the Japanese Godzilla film that came out after that. It was kind of like a reset. The 90s Godzilla series had just ended with Godzilla versus Destroyer in 1995, where Godzilla, spoiler alert, Godzilla dies. And
Was that like the 5th time now?
yeah, Godzilla dies a lot. Well, that was I think the third time that no, that was the actually in the Heisei era, Godzilla died several times and kind of revived. But that's a whole
Starting
other
to not
thing.
think Godzilla's the poo anymore. I'm just saying. At one point, Godzilla was the shit. All these deaths, I'm starting to think my money's gonna be on King Kong now. I don't know.
Oh well, whenever a Godzilla dies, pretty much another Godzilla always arises. So in 1995, when Godzilla passes away, passes the torch to Godzilla Jr., who becomes the Godzilla in the Gemstone short films, that came out a couple years ago, and those are awesome. With Godzilla versus Gigan and Gigan Rex and Godzilla versus Megalon. Um, those are really awesome. They're very short. I do recommend going and checking them out if you can find them. I think Toho likes to delete them off the internet and then just show them during like online festivals sometimes, but you can find them on, if not on YouTube. What are the other, Vimeo, I think is one, and there's another like legal online thing that Toho doesn't go and scrub as frequently. Trying to remember the name of it. Find a lot of movies on there. If anyone can remember, let me know. Um, so I'm gonna change that bulb.
It seems to tie Monarch into everything as of right now, which is Brew was
Yeah,
saying that are they going to tie it into the into like a new movie? They've been tying it into some of the old movies too.
they're taking a lot of inspiration from the old movies and they're tying it into all of the American MonsterVerse, which started in 2014. And actually, no, that started with Kong Skull Island, right? Didn't that
Yeah, I'm
one
about to
come
say
out
I think Skull
first?
Island. I
Yeah,
think Skull Island
and
was the first. Which John
and
Candy was definitely in that
oh,
one, right?
John
Was it
Goodman, yeah.
John Goodman?
I
John Goodman. Yeah, John Candy. He was in
I get those names mixed up a lot too sometimes.
yeah, John Goodman. John Goodman. He was definitely in that one, which now we know is yeah, that's Randa. That's Randa. And they
Yep,
gave us
Billy
a flash,
Randa.
and actually in Monarch, they gave us a flash of John Goodman on I think that was Skull Island that they flashed it on when he was bobbing and weaving the spider
Yep.
claws or whatever that was.
And sadly I had to go back and rewatch Kong Skull Island because I couldn't remember if they actually show him like dying on screen. But yeah, he gets eaten by a skull crawler very clearly. But it was just like so sudden and just like treated with like no like pomp, like or, like no like excitement, that it was just like, oh, okay, so that did happen.
I think
But
they
I
they pulled
wonder.
that one without knowing that they was gonna be where they're at today. Because I bet you they would have
Yeah,
kept his ass around if they knew this was gonna be the way it was now.
I completely agree. Um, I think that now since they've introduced like some of this like time travel communication stuff, and we got what's her name? Is it Isabel who
Do you
wants
think
to
Billy
go
Rand
back and change time?
dead?
I do think he's dead, but I do think that we're going to see more cameos. We're going to see more flashback. We're either going to see um, another flashback or two with him, probably, maybe not this season, but in the future, or they're gonna like kind of like communicate with him, sort of like Shaw communicates with his younger self. And they might even, for all we know, try to bring him back if they do introduce like, okay, you can change time. They might try to change something, and he manages to save himself and not get
Send his
eaten by
ass
the
a
skull
note.
crawler.
Send him a
And
note. Watch that skull crawler.
maybe they send him a note or something, and then somehow he gets into Axis Mundi, and we just haven't encountered him, and he's like hiding out this way. He doesn't disrupt time from that point, like between
So
certain
to make sure
points.
I'm not misunderstanding it, when he was doing the bobbing and weaving that we saw in Monarch, these other two, Shaw and I'm probably gonna kill her name. I'm just gonna call her Kimiko. And Kimiko, they were stuck in Axis
Keiko,
Mundi at that point.
yep, they were stuck in Axis Mundi. Well, actually, was Shaw? Yeah, Shaw was stuck in Axis Mundi, I believe, because he didn't come back out until the 80s. Um, Bill Randa passed away in the 70s. Um, and just get back to the comments really quick. Um, let's see. So Critter says quantum physics can allow time travel because photons only have a nature once observed. And Critter's about to sleep more. He thinks he has botulism. Oof. It sounded like you might have. Oh man. Stay away from those pickled eggs. I told you that's gross. Southern
Yo,
food.
that just sounds
No, I'm
gross.
kidding.
Pickled eggs. That's just and I like eggs, but that sounds crazy.
Let's see. Godzilla 2000 was Toho clapping back at America's version. Yeah, Godzilla 2000. So in retrospect, it was actually a really good film, but it was disappointing after getting like, a Hollywood 19 like a Hollywood film for Godzilla, and then Toho kind of like they took things a little bit further. They upgraded some things, but it wasn't quite to like the caliber that people really hoped for and expected following, the 1997 American film. Because I would have thought it would have gotten them, enough funds to make something a little bit more higher budget. But they're killing it now, so can't complain now. They fixed their stuff. Let's
Nah, they
see.
on point.
Everything broke.
Monarch is on some shit right now.
Monarch, and then we got Godzilla Minus Zero coming out, and we got Godzilla X Kong Supernova coming out next year. They like everything's on fire. Oh, there's a Godzilla anime coming out for the younger generations. This one is like literally like it's supposed to be like aimed more for
I
like
actually like the way
a younger
Godzilla
crowd.
looks in anime. They make her look
Oh
official, or
yeah,
him, or whoever the hell it is.
they've done. So I've got mixed feelings about the anime trilogy, but I mostly love it. It's just kind of like a little bit boring to watch, but the lore and world building is fantastic. And that's like the greatest incarnation of Godzilla right there, or most powerful. But that Godzilla Singular Point was crazy awesome, but it was the Jet Jaguar show.
Okay,
But
okay.
but they're making one where it's basically like kind of like a it's almost like Naruto, but with like instead of having like the tailed beast inside of him, he's like got Godzilla inside him, or maybe he is Godzilla. Like they're kind of being a little bit mysterious about it, and so it's going to be kind of like that. It's going to be very different, but I think it's also supposed to still have giant monsters in it and a lot of the characters that we're familiar with from Godzilla. So it's going to be interesting. A lot of people were upset when it was first announced, but it's actually being created by and for I think it was the the Thai audience, or maybe it was the Taiwanese audience. I can't remember. It was one of those. Please forgive me. I think it's associated with their East Asia project they have going on. And I think they announced something else recently that they want to do. Oh yeah, after they do Minus Zero, they can do supposedly Shin Godzilla 2. And then after that, they're doing a World of Godzilla, or that's their aim to do like a cinematic universe like Marvel and MonsterVerse are doing now. And it's nothing new for them. They were actually one of the first cinematic universes way back in like when they did the original series, because the Godzilla series was tied into the Mothra standalone movie, the Rodan standalone movie, the
Yeah,
Varan
yeah.
standalone movie, Frankenstein conquers the world, War of the Gargantuas. I think maybe the Mysterians and maybe Atragon. I can't remember. I think those ones are iffy. And a whole ton of others. They had like this whole big cinematic universe, like all these different movies, like from like Matango with like mushroom people, had nothing to do with giant monsters, but super trippy. Um, but yeah, so they were doing that way back when. So it's kind of exciting that they're thinking about doing this again, and that they're starting to really like strategize on it. I'm
What
sorry,
was your
I have a
thoughts
thing.
on What was your thoughts on Godzilla versus Kong? Is they not making it canon? Because Kong and Monarch don't have the metal arm and all that.
Oh, so right now, where we are in Monarch Legacy of Monsters, we are in the year, I think it's what, 2017? So it's right before the events of because it's a prequel series. So it's taken place, well, this season takes place right before the events of Godzilla King of the Monsters, where Godzilla fights King Ghidorah. And so we still haven't had like all those events happen where all the other Titans awaken. Um, that's going to be really exciting. That's going to be probably next season, I'm expecting, the way that they're doing these little time jumps. And so if they do that next season, oh man, that's going to be crazy. But I'm a little bit worried that they're instead going to build up to it, and they're going to focus on like all the Jonah and the hyenas, the eco terrorists that were freeing the Titans, that they're gonna like be like the focus of like building them up and like the lore surrounding them and their back history before getting to those events. I'm starting to think that's where they're going to go instead of jumping right in, because when they go to all the Titans are awakened, they're going to have to start spending a lot more money, because we got giant monsters everywhere at that point.
How many Titans
But
are there?
Well,
You know, if you really
I
think about it, how
don't.
many are
there was
Critter,
tribes
if
from
you're still
the
there, do you
Kong
know?
versus. Yeah, Kong versus Godzilla. Wasn't it like tribes of the monkey titans and all that?
Oh yeah, so at this point it's impossible to actually calculate because we have all the Titans and super species in Hollow Earth, and now we also have Axis Mundi. So I think the question really is how many are awake on the exterior of the planet, right, the surface. So I think it's probably anywhere between 15 and 50. I think it's,
Damn.
yeah, but I think a lot of them went back into like hibernation. So it might only be like a couple of them are like actually active. A lot of them don't really like bother like civilization or aren't like really harmful, I think. And I think it's why they don't really focus on them too much in the movies. But they are active and about. Let's see. Are they going to tie Monarch into a new movie? So they now have a new supervising producer, executive producer. I can't remember what they're calling him. Can't remember his name. I did know it. I apologize. But he's kind of like he's now kind of like a continuity officer for the whole monsterverse to try to help everything tie in together better and for them to strategize for everything to tie in. And I think that might be why we're seeing too a little bit more of this time travel, weird dimensional stuff, because there's a lot of speculation. A lot of people are saying they won't do it, but a lot of people are saying they will, that they're going to do a Pacific Rim crossover fairly soon,
I was
or at
actually
least,
about to ask you something like that.
yeah,
Because
it
those was
does seem to
kaijus.
be on
They
their
was
agenda.
called kaijus.
Yep. And the way that they have it set up, they can't do it in the same like universe where like they have like that same history, so they can have to do some sort of crossover, like dimensional rift type of thing opens up. There's some sort of bleed over or something that ties them in. Maybe the same kaiju from Pacific Rim, somehow rifts start opening up in like on in Monsterverse Earth, and then the kaiju on Earth have to deal with them instead of the Jaegers. But I mean, they're going to have to bring in Jaegers if they're doing a proper crossover. So I'm sure there's already fan fiction out there like speculating on how they're going to do this.
Uh,
Uh, so Godzilla dies, revives versus Destroyer. Um, love the Godzilla animated series. Nice. Hey, Bill, chill. Hi with Alice. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit behind in the chat. I get a little carried away. Hey, Jen. Oh, I got to go and check to see if you're here. Oh, yep, you're here. All right. Sorry. Hey, Enzeru. All right, one moment. I'll be right back. I'm going to go and let Jen in. Oh, hi, you're here. All right, one second. Come on in.
Hello, hello, hello.
Jen,
What up, Miguel? ¿Cómo estás? Hey,
otro
Mama
día, otros
Susie.
5 centavos.
Hey, Doc.
Hey, Jen.
Ay, que
Hello,
Dios te
hello,
bendiga.
I'm
Hi, Mama
sorry.
Susie. Well, how are
I'm
you,
all,
Mama?
We
I'm
got
old,
Vic
I'm
here
tired. How
too.
are you?
Hi, Vic.
I hear
Oh,
that.
Baby Clay. Oh,
Baby
that's right. Everything
Clay.
broke down. It's Baby Clay. I keep forgetting that. Oh my God. Sorry.
I want to know why Apex stole the egg. That's what I want to know. Damn.
Because they're
They
going to
trying to
try to
do a
clone it.
Jurassic Park with kaijus.
Yes, they're going to try to clone it.
I'm sure they have a million reasons and a million things they want to
Yeah,
do with it. They're
clone it.
probably going to use
So
it,
they're gonna get their Mecha
clone
Godzilla.
it, use it to lure or try to manipulate Titan X. Um, they'll probably try to hatch it,
My
use and
thing is,
manipulate the
wasn't Titan X
baby.
dropping like thousands of eggs? Why would she care about one? Fuck it. I got 100 more over here. I'm good.
I think that
Well,
was the
I
one and
don't.
only egg.
Yeah, I think that was the only egg. It could be like a cluster, or maybe like one egg can hatch like a whole ton of them. I don't know. It's kaiju
Uh,
lore, so it could be anything.
I think those
We still
little
also
things
don't understand completely what the scarabs
I thought
are. Are
those were
they
babies.
actually
Them little
related?
things wasn't
I
babies.
think they're babies.
I thought them little things was babies. Those wasn't babies.
They
We
were
No, I
don't
just
think,
know.
like her. No, I think they were like her followers. They
They,
followed her.
exactly,
yeah, they're
Mama
kind of like
Susie.
a
Having this
yeah,
one
they're kind of
egg.
like a symbiotic organism. I think maybe. I
Right.
go
Yeah.
back and forth.
Let me ask you this: Cloverfield. You think that was a kaiju?
Oh yeah, that was totally a kaiju. That was a massive one too, and apparently that one was like only like a baby of its species. And
So
Vic
being Doc Kaiju, who's your favorite Kaiju out of
oh,
all of them? Whether it
God,
be Pacific Rim, Monsterverse, whatever.
it's Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Godzilla is
Okay.
God.
Even though
But
she died like 34 times.
oh yeah, because Godzilla always comes back, and the consequences of defeating Godzilla are always worse than learning how to coexist with Godzilla. So you
Mhm.
don't want to
That's
defeat
right.
Godzilla in the end, at least not completely.
And they
Unless it's
found
Shin
they didn't-
Godzilla, actually. That one maybe you don't want to
and
try to
then he
deal with.
died.
I don't know. Monarch gave
No,
us some ill
they
kaijus.
didn't.
They gave us some official kaijus. The one in the snow. They gave us some bugged out kaiju. The Warhawk joint.
The
Oh
Warhawk
yeah,
one.
and the Warbat, yeah. And they take those
What
things
was it?
out.
Scarabs or whatever them bugs was that we seen snatch up Kimiko or whatever her name was. Those were
Oh, the
scarabs. Those were some whatever they were
endoswarmers,
big.
the
I'm
endoswarmers,
sure
and then
it's
they become the
huge.
giant endopedes. Yeah.
Ah, I still don't understand how they didn't eat her. I don't know if I missed that episode or they didn't break that down enough for me, but
Oh, when she fell?
we
Yeah, I
seen
don't
her ass
know.
get snatched up. And then next
Plot
time we
armor.
see her ass, she's living like Indiana Jones and Axis Mundi, you know what I'm saying?
I think she just
Yeah.
fell into that. I think she just
She
fell.
learned it.
That was it.
Yeah, she learned how to adapt and survive.
Vic says she hasn't seen the new season yet. Where does Monarch fit into everything? Is there an official timeline? Oh, okay, yeah, we started talking a little bit about that. Number one with Mothra and the little tiny ladies in the box. Yes. Hey,
Oh, the
Lady
ones they used to
Shasha,
sing?
nice to see you.
They used to
What was
sing.
it?
They was the singers.
Yeah. And so those they do
Twins.
exist in the MonsterVerse, but they're not little, and they do show them in Godzilla King of the Monsters, but they're just twins who work for Monarch, and they're from a village where and they're basically the priestesses of Mothra.
Yeah.
Yes, they're my
And they don't
favorite.
sing.
I love Mothra. She's my favorite. Mothra and
Yeah.
So
Godzilla.
now
That's my favorite.
what different? Okay, so how do we know who's the good ones and who's the bad ones? Because in all actuality, whichever one of
It's
these
hard.
motherfuckers come out, they cause destruction and death, isn't it? So aren't they like all kind of bad if you think
They
about it?
they so Monarch has like a right. So Monarch has like a ranking system for that. Like they'll call some, I think, what do they call them? Guardian type or protector type or something like that. And then
Yeah.
they have the others that they call like destructor types
Yeah.
or something like that. They have I'm getting the names wrong, but it's something along those lines. They categorize them. And so there are certain titans that they're like, okay, those are low threat for us. We're not going to really focus on dealing with them. We're going to focus on dealing with the dangerous ones. Some people, governments, and whatever do want to deal with even the ones that aren't like super dangerous because I mean, when a monster shows up and then Godzilla shows up to fight it, Godzilla is going to create a lot of damage too. And so really at this point it's weighing, is Godzilla going to do the most damage or are human weapons going to do the most damage to the rest of humanity? Which one do we want to let deal with this? But I think as humanity develops weapons better suited to defeating Titans, they might go into wanting to just eliminate all the Titans. This way they're not a concern anymore. And then plugging up the vile vortexes to hollow Earth. Oh, I'm almost caught up.
Now is
I
Godzilla the only one that is nuke impenetrable? Because Pacific Rim,
We
they
don't
seemed like they
know.
was doing better fighting the kaijus than
Yeah,
they doing over here in our side.
yeah, I don't know. Actually, um, possibly like some like King Ghidorah would be like, I don't know. You'd be able to. I don't think you'd be able to take out King Ghidorah with a nuke. King Kong definitely. He's out.
yeah.
He's vaporized.
Damn,
Unfortunately,
my dude
his
Kong.
strength is his brain. Um, and
I can
I
see
love
that.
Kong.
I can see that.
Well, especially this version of Kong. Like I really, really love MonsterVerse Kong. They've done a fantastic job with this character in
They
Monster.
made him
But
mass. Like I agree with you. They made him smart as fuck. You can actually see him thinking shit through before he do it.
yeah, and they
Yeah.
they make you like to like kind of connect with him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when his tooth was fucked up, he knew. Let me go up here and let these motherfuckers fix my shit. Let me let these motherfuckers fix my shit.
She knew that he was hurting.
Hey, David, thank you for joining us.
And Doc, you're right. They're the protectors versus the destroyers. You're 100% right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And then I just looked it up real quick because I remember that there are categories, like I've seen it before. So Godzilla is like on the godlike tier of like unkillable, along with like Dagon and Shin Godzilla and Space Godzilla. And then you have like Alpha Titans, and they're more like they maintain like the ecosystem imbalance, which is like King Ghidorah and Mothra and King Kong and Godzilla at times too. So, and there's a divine titan and a sub-titan kaiju species. But we've seen them all, like the war bats, the skull crawlers. All of those are like the sub kaiju category.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
So you telling me
beautiful.
Godzilla is godlike, and my boy Kong didn't die when he fought him? My boy Kong's still running, so God might be like semi-godlike. I'm just saying.
Godzilla
Well,
falls under
they're all gods to
categories.
us, pretty much.
That's a
Like,
fact.
I mean,
That's a fact.
we can't do the things they can do. And they were all worshipped as gods or godlike at some point in time, pretty much. They've taken inspiration for all of these creatures from mythology, from ancient deities, ancient guardian creatures, and different things. So like Godzilla, Fred, I can't remember, like he's tied to like a lot of like Japanese mythology. I don't know where they got King Kong from, but he's awesome.
Absolutely.
It wasn't the Japanese that made up that one.
They stole it from
Mama Suzie has a quick question.
I
Darwin.
have a question.
Oh, yeah.
Hello? I have a question. Kaiju X really was not, unless I'm not listening to the story clear enough, was not hurting anyone until Apex did something to get her off that, I don't know what they call it, the migration trail or something. She didn't hurt anybody. Now all of a sudden, she is this tight neck that's killing people. And I don't think she really means it. I really feel that she is trying to get back to something. And now that they took her egg, she's really pissed. And I think Apex really is not to be trusted at all.
Let's be honest, Monarch really can't be trusted neither. Let's keep it funky. I'd rather trust Godzilla choice. Godzilla, what you want to do? All right, we're going to do that shit because Monarch is shady too. Maybe because Bearded Dude is running the show.
Now he's running it.
But Bearded Dude was part of the show when they was doing Grimy and he wasn't stopping nothing really.
Tim.
He's as good as Shaw's good. And Shaw is 50-50 at times. Let's keep that funky.
Yes, that's true.
Russell is good.
I think
50-50.
Godzilla is good at I think Monarch is like really like a lot of themes are focused on ecology, ecosystems, and basically I think the idea is that Titan X Kokai is part of the natural ecosystem, and its system has been disrupted. It's been awakened too early. Everything now too is also changing a lot faster on Earth. People are attacking it. We're stealing its babies. We're sending Godzilla to fight it when it's not actually being disruptive of the ecosystem it's in. It's playing its natural role. So normally I think Godzilla would be doing the right thing, but I feel like they tricked Godzilla into thinking that Titan X was a threat by using that device around Godzilla and making him mad. But yeah, I don't think Titan X is a bad monster. I don't think it's part of the destruction class.
Kate knows. Kate's got this feeling. She's got this connection with him, and she's trying to tell them that he's not.
Get out of here. Kate got a connection.
I believe that they do. Absolutely, 100%. Yes, they have a frequency connection.
So and Kate I think part Godzilla.
No, I think it's because she went to Access Mundi.
Oh, I've got a lot of theories about that too.
There's like 8 people that have been in Access Mundi, so they all connected to Godzilla again.
No, I don't think it's all of them. I just think that she does, and I think it just happens to be because of her bloodline and her father, and just didn't get into Kantara.
Let's go back to what the doctor said, how Godzilla would have got tricked. You know what that means? King Kong is definitely the smartest kaiju in the game. I don't know if Kong would have got tricked like that.
I agree. Because you noticed when in the first episode of this season, when Kong is like going and attacking the facility, they point
Yeah,
out
yeah.
that Kong wasn't really attacking the facility. He was smashing the scarabs because he knew that they weren't supposed to be out yet, or he just doesn't like them. I don't know, but
Right.
he was trying to be
Basically.
smart about it, and
Yeah.
yeah,
He
I
saw
agree.
them.
I think
That was
Kong's
eye
gonna be a savior.
contact right there. When it was in the copter. They looked right in that man's eye. He could have backhanded that copter. He just kept it moving.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, he gave
He's
him the stink
definitely
eye
an
though.
option. Yeah,
Yeah, he
he
did. Like, y'all nigga, y'all dirty motherfuckers got me over here roach killing in this bitch.
did. But I agree with Mama Susie. I definitely think that Kate has a connection. I know we had talked about this early on in earlier streams, but it's there. And now that she knows that Titan X is a female and a mother, I feel like that connection is just growing even stronger. And I do think that like Kay is definitely on board, and there's this whole friction now between Shaw
Her
and
brother
them, and
needs
it's
to be
gonna
slapped.
affect like
Her
how
brother is
long.
not to be trusted.
You don't think so?
No,
Well, you know what?
I'll be right back.
Let's act.
no,
Yeah.
he's not to be trusted because now I don't know this. I think he really resents the fact that Kate was responsible for his father's death, and he could tell her all he wants. No, no, no. But he is pissed, and he's got something against his sister.
Oh yeah, I do believe that Kentaro has something against
Yes.
he
He had issues
one
with
he's
the sister from the first meeting.
Yeah, from when she went into the apartment, you could see that
Absolutely.
he was just not having it.
and
Well,
even with the
well,
He
safe,
yeah.
when
wanted
he
to
opened
be an
the
only
safe.
child, and
He
that's
felt
it.
some type of way. He felt some type of way.
System. And it was good when she slapped him. For me, I would have decked him. I would have put him out of his
But
misery.
but at the same point, if it wasn't for him, she wouldn't have been to the point she was. He's the one that connected her with the hacker chick. There was
Yeah, they were gone for 2 years, blah, blah, blah. But still, he's not to be trusted. Nope. Not at all.
But doesn't it look like he's starting to side with that other group?
Yes.
With the wall, with that girl whose father created Apex.
Yeah, whatever. Because you see that.
Simmons.
I think he's starting to get a little hot in the pants.
He went to Thailand.
Yep.
Went over there with the lady boys.
Yeah. So that's what I say. Don't trust him.
Does he like the lady boys?
Now I can't wait to go watch the new episode.
It's gonna start soon. It's gonna start soon.
It's
I have
gonna
to watch it
soon.
before I go to bed.
Stay awake. Yes. Stay awake. Yes.
King Kong
So-
is the protector.
So what's goody in the hoodie, gender teacher? What's goody in the hoodie?
And everything's good, chilling. I have I don't know, just a lot going on, but I'm just happy to be part of this. And
How's all your little weapon X's?
oh, 2 of them are out for the count right now. I've been home all day taking care of them.
All right.
But so, who's your favorite kaiju? Did you mention it? You said King Kong.
I'm back in Kong. I'm gonna have to say Kong. Well, I like Godzilla. Kong is the man, and he got that metal right hook now. Who fucking with Kong?
Well, I don't know.
All he gotta do is upgrade that shit, put a couple missiles on it. Now what? Turn that shit into a fucking Uzi.
Yeah. I'm
Kong is the
curious to
man.
see. I'm curious to see if they bring it back to Kong this season. See if he's actually able to. If the 3 of them are gonna have to battle it out.
They're gonna make it pivotal. Kong is the man. Who else? It's Kong and Godzilla. Those are the ones. Nobody
Right.
else.
Well, with Titan X, imagine all 3 of them go at it.
If all 3 of them went at it, it would be
Yeah.
Godzilla and Kong versus Titan X.
Yeah.
You think so?
Because clearly they've done it more than once. Hence why Kong fought Godzilla a couple times and they never ever finished the battle. They end up fighting something else.
That's true. They always do. I'm
wondering
wondering if she's trying to find like a breeding ground Titan X, or if she wants to just get back to Axis Mundi to hatch
She
that
need to
egg.
stop playing because we know Godzilla's a chick. She need to get Kong the buns because imagine that baby. Because if she gave Kong the reptile buns, it'd be like it have Kong brain and Godzilla strength. That baby Godzilla be crazy. and
Strong and smart.
She would have long enough hands to scratch her feet. Because I know if her feet itch right now, Godzilla ass out. Her fucking hands can't reach them feet.
Wow, you kind of trying to say that Godzilla's like a T-Rex?
Just damn near. Her hands is like a half an inch longer than the T-Rex. She could probably scratch her knees. She ain't gonna reach them
Wow.
Godzilla toes.
Wow.
There's probably a car stuck in there from the 70s. Them shits are still stuck. She can't even pick it out.
It's from the 1978 massacre.
Hell yeah. From when she went up in there and was stomping all them cars, there's like 2 or 3 cars stuck in her toe. Just stuck there chilling.
So
Who's your favorite?
My favorite, I've always loved Kong and Mothra, and then Godzilla. Those were always my top 3. But I really got into it with my father.
All you had to do with Mothra was light a torch, and that's it. You know what moths do to flame.
I know, but I liked her for what she represented. It wasn't because of her strength and that she could beat everyone. It was because of what she represented.
Getting beat up?
What?
Getting beat up?
No, she didn't represent getting beat up. She, she's got some power, but
Mothra represents rebirth.
What?
Mothra represents rebirth. She was actually created to be she was intentionally created to be a female kaiju Jesus. I shit you not.
Now Monarch said we got Kaiju X or whatever they call that shit. That's rebirth. You see all them little babies popping out his arms or whatever that shit.
It's officially Titan X, but it's also Kokai, correct?
Kokai X?
Yeah, Kokai.
Okay.
Or Kai Kai Vilu. There's or Koi Koi Vilu if you want to go to the like more mythological names. But yeah, and I'm still pretty sure that Godzilla's Tren Vilu. But I could be wrong.
Do you think, Doc, we're going to see the 3 of them battle it out? Godzilla, Kong, and Titan X?
No, I don't think Godzilla is going to cross the Skull Island storm. He seems to like always be really resistant to like, according to like the comic books and Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla doesn't cross that barrier. It's kind of like almost like all right, this is Kong territory. I don't mess with any of that. It's kind of like their peace agreement.
Got you.
Now,
so I think he's gonna chase her to it. Yeah.
If Godzilla gave Kong the buns and they had a mixed baby, tell me that wouldn't be the greatest kaiju of all times.
That would be badass. Yeah. I've seen and I've made some bad AI art of such a amalgamation.
And
there's an action figure or 2. I think Todd McFarlane actually made an action figure of Godzilla Kong or Kongzilla or something, and it looks really cool.
Oh, I love it. Kongzilla. That name got a ring.
Kongzilla, I do like that. It does have a ring.
And so, Mama Suzie, I'm told that you're a longtime Godzilla fan. So, like, I want to hear a little bit more about that, like your experience.
I'm a longtime King Kong fan.
Oh, okay. Tell me about that.
1939.
Damn. Jesus.
Wow.
I was a big King Kong back then. Yes. This is all new to me with the new Monarch and everything else, but to me, King Kong is my idol.
Kong.
Yeah. Godzilla, watching the original in the 1950s, it was intense. But then that was really, and then the only other Godzilla movie I watched was the one with Broderick Crawford, Matthew Broderick.
I was going to say, who's Broderick Crawford?
Oh, he's an oldie. He's an old actor. I'm really showing my age with him because he really meant that Godzilla was from all the radiation, all the bombs and everything, and that's how that Godzilla was created. If you remember what he said when they were in the airplane.
That's I was gonna say that. So how, so what are they actually saying created kaijus? Are they like mutated dinosaurs? Like, what is the actual definition of what a kaiju is?
They think they were made from the bombs, from the hydrogen bombs and all those bombs. That's what really created these monsters. That's the impression. But King Kong, going back into the 30s, he was just the king of Skull Island. He was the king. That's the way it was. No, there was nothing else there. There was dinosaurs, yeah, but King Kong was the island.
So he let them old white dudes sucker him and capture him in that.
Because beauty killed the beast. Don't you
Right.
remember?
Chick set him up even
Yeah.
better.
King Kong. I'm waiting for Monarch for King Kong. That's what I'm thinking with Kate and Monarch and King Kong. I mean, King Kong had this thing with.
You see, he gave her the stink eye, like Kaiju said.
Okay,
He
so
gave her. She was on the
again,
coaster.
you know, King Kong always had, you know, a woman that really kind of manipulated him.
Yep.
It was always the blonde chick though. These are Asians. I don't know.
No, well, you know,
So
times
yeah,
have changed.
a lot of the old kaiju did start off as at least the Toho ones, so tied to like Godzilla verse did kind of start off as atomic monsters, or at least atomic awoken, or atomic affected. They were doing a lot with those themes at the time. Now though, so yeah, I can do a quick explainer about kaiju. So kaiju actually, the term originated with Chinese mythology. And back in the day, the Japanese used to use it as a term for foreign monster, or foreign strange creature. And then A Beast from 20,000 Fathoms came out, which was based on the Ray Bradbury story, The Foghorn. And that was the first movie put out in Japan that was called a kaiju film, and actually had kaiju in the title, in the Japanese name for the film. I can't remember exactly what it was. But
The
that
Beast from
started,
20,000 Fathoms?
yep, that was the first official kaiju film, or proto kaiju film, whatever you want to call it, because that started the whole kaiju thing. But to me, that's
You
the first
mean
kaiju
when
film.
they were in, I don't know if it was not the North Pole, when they let off the bomb
Hmm.
and the Beast came out. Is that the
Yeah,
movie you're talking about? Okay. All right.
yep.
Okay.
Um,
Now
and
you're talking about my stuff.
yeah, so it all originated with that. That was the first kaiju film, or at least it was the first film with kaiju in its title. Whether or
See,
not
I never
you
heard
want to,
of the word kaiju.
So that's Mama Zilla.
I never
yep.
heard of that word. So
So
that word is new to me.
so at that point, or after that point, especially with the rise of King Kong and Godzilla. Well, no, King Kong was before that. King Kong is kind of like he's really the first kaiju, but
Yes.
I'll get into that in a second. But with Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, that was the first film that was called a kaiju film, and then Godzilla took a lot of inspiration from that film. And yeah, so there's a lot of debate though, among the Godzilla fandom community and the kaiju fandom community. Oh, sorry, I got to do what kaiju means. So kaiju has come to mean strange beast, or that's what it means in general. So basically, it means monster, in Japanese. And then daikaiju is giant monster. So really, Godzilla is a daikaiju, but for, here in America, we'll just say kaiju. And generally, colloquially, people just say kaiju for all of them. Or when they say kaiju, they mean the larger ones, and they'll call smaller ones like monsters. But there's a lot of debate though among the fandom as to whether, what exactly is a kaiju film. Can a non-Japanese film be a kaiju film? Because there are a lot of people who want to argue linguistically that because it's a Japanese word, that only a Japanese film or creature or something that's derived from it can be called a kaiju, which is not
Would you
historically or socially correct.
consider the movie Gorgo
Oh,
or the
absolutely.
giant behemoth? I mean, those are
Oh,
from
yeah.
England. Okay.
Gorgo is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Gorgo is such a good movie, such a
Oh
hidden
yeah.
gem. If any of you giant monster fans in the audience have not seen Gorgo, I think it's what, a British film,
Yes, it is.
Yes.
and
And so is the
it's
giant behemoth.
phenomenal. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that one. I need to rewatch that
Oh,
one.
you have to. I mean, those are the old movies. So that's what I was brought up with. So those are the movies that to this day, I still watch them. But this one, Miguel got me hooked on Monarch. I said, whoa, I didn't realize that this is what it's all about.
It's like that's the middle that they finally gave us a middle to all these space time
Yeah,
movies.
like King Kong. I mean, I associate King Kong with Skull Island, and that's it. That's all I associated him with. And
Yeah,
now
really
it's
would.
like opening up a whole new thing for me.
That Kong versus Godzilla, they made Kong the man. When they gave
Yeah,
that man the
that was
robotic right,
Mhm.
it was game over.
that was a good movie.
I just want to pause for a second and get back to the chat. Kelly's here. Hi, Kelly. Thank you for joining us. And she's got a comment. I don't even think Kentaro is hiding it well either, or hiding it very well either. Oh, what that is? Yeah, that he's kind of being duplicitous. Hey, Samuel. Welcome. Good to see you. Let's see. His tail is long. He might be able to scratch with it. Yeah, that's funny. I think that was going back to Godzilla and Kong shacking up. Although everyone knows that it's Godzilla and Mothra in the MonsterVerse. That's a
Yep.
weird thing for some reason. And oh my God,
That's even
people
worse.
need to stop
Godzilla
using
would
the
rip the
artwork.
claws.
Oh, I thought you knew that, Miguel. Yeah, Mothra and Godzilla are a thing.
People make
Mama Susie's gonna take off for the night, y'all.
oh yeah, all the
Night,
artwork of
everyone.
like people making them like couples, like and like putting them in like these like domestic arrangements and arguing about it's a
They're
little
ships.
much, but it's kind of funny.
They're ships.
Yeah, they're ships. I don't like the shipping, but it is sometimes really funny. Real Cinema Therapy, our friend Lori is here. Hi, Lori.
Hey,
Great to see you.
Lori.
Thank you for coming. Someone says mute
Mama
him.
Susie gonna step off, y'all.
Oh my God. Are you
Oh,
gonna step off?
Yeah, Mama Susie's gonna take off.
I have to go to work.
All right.
This is great. Okay, I'm gonna go watch the next episode.
It didn't
Oh.
start yet.
I'm gonna get myself together.
Ah, gotcha. Yep, we got 1 more hour and then it starts up. I try to wrap things up before the episode starts so we don't get spoilers in the comments. Last time I ran a little bit over, but most of everyone was already like, well, the panel was cleared out. So and anyone that stayed longer, it was at their own at their
Yeah.
own risk.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
thank
If you
So,
want to
you.
come
yeah,
again
so-
next, if you want to come again next week or some other time, let me know. This was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yeah, nah, well, I'm still
Maybe
rocking if you're rocking, brother. I ain't going nowhere. That was just if you still
Awesome.
rocking, I'll rock.
Yay.
But yeah, we're gonna need to talk more about King Kong, Mama Susie.
That's
I
it.
got a lot I want to talk about and pick your brain about. And if you don't know, it's King Kong. You probably do know. It's based on a novel, and it's worth checking out. I need to finish reading it myself.
Well, I know definitely the earlier the better for her, but she be with it.
And enjoy the episode. Oh man, I'm so pumped for tonight. I don't know if we're gonna get any fighting, but it'll be good because we only got 2 more episodes left. And
They'll probably end the episode with some shit about the start type shit.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And I'm really hoping that Kong does not like obliterate Titan X and the Titan X just goes back into gets her butt beat a little bit and we feel bad, but then somehow she's reunited with her egg and they go into Axis Bundy. Maybe they'll just drop the thing in there. I don't know.
My vote is for Kong to lay a few of the beans down, beat her ass a little bit, and then realize what's going on. Because again, he's pretty smart, and then maybe try to help her get her egg back type shit.
Yeah, I hope he ends up like if he ends up fighting her, maybe he like smartens up and realizes, wait, this something isn't right here. We got Debbie
Because
here. Hi,
clearly
Debbie.
They seem to communicate.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
that
they definitely do.
roaring and growling, they seem to understand each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I think that she just wants to have the kid. She just wants to like hatch that egg in Axis Mundi. I don't think she really necessarily has like a breeding ground up there, even though she follows that migratory pattern. I think she just like docked herself in the sand to have the egg and is looking for a rift to get back in.
That actually could very well be true.
What do you think? What else do you think might happen this episode?
I think that Kate and Kay are going to, for one, I don't think they're going to trust Kentaro. I agree 100% with Mama Susie, but I do think that they're going to try to dip off and do their own thing. I don't think that they can trust Shaw, but I think that they know Shaw knows that. So, huh?
I'm saying thank you. I've been saying Shaw is 50-50 at best. Shaw ain't 100% down with their ass.
Yeah, no,
He
right
planning,
now,
but he ain't 100%.
Yeah, right now they're at odds because he wants to destroy everything and she's not about that. And it's reminding her of when they were back in the 50s when they thought they killed Godzilla. And she does not want to go through that and feel that pain. And she thinks that they can cohabitate. I hope that she doesn't like cross to like the dark side and get with Apex because they kind of have similar feelings about Titan X cohabitating and being there. Although Apex is really all about the dollar and wanting to control them for the wrong reasons. But that might be an answer for her to team up with them in order just to save them and go against Shaw because I don't trust Shaw at all at this point. It was like kind of 50-50 like up until the last episode. And you really saw what side he was truly on. And I'm on Kate and Kay's side. I think that Titan X just wants to have her kid and leave them alone. They're not really messing or killing or bothering anybody. And they, it was around. People worship that thing. It wasn't killing them. People found a way. And like we were saying before, a lot of people had worshipped them like gods. And I don't agree with what Shaw's doing. I don't know if Shaw's going to make it out this season.
But clearly we know that they can't kill some of these shits. They done dropped nukes on fucking Godzilla. And Godzilla wasn't even as big and powerful as he is now. And they didn't do shit.
So my question is, if they do kill one of them before the season finale, will they time travel back to stop it from happening?
That would be a good season finale. Actually seeing them finally like kill a fucking kaiju. A strong one too. Don't kill none of them roaches or rat shits. I'm talking about a good one.
I'm starting to feel like Titan X might not actually be that strong of a kaiju. Like, yeah, she's got that scarab swarm, but like when it comes down to it, it seems like she might be a little squishy. I mean, she can regenerate though. That's a powerful power.
I love that you said squishy. Let me just put that out there. That was adorable. Squishy. Well, yeah, she doesn't have like claws or anything. She's got that monster bite, but she's got tentacles. Right. So you can't really grab and do too much. I was expecting her to like wrap one around Godzilla's neck, but she didn't. And she might have been preoccupied because she just, laid an egg. But I thought.
Yeah, I don't think she really wanted to fight.
I didn't think she wanted to fight either. I thought she was really in protective mama mode. And I thought that's what really resonated with Kate and Kay. I know we had been talking about like frequencies and where women feel it. I really felt like this episode really solidified the theories that you had been putting out in earlier streams.
Oh, yeah.
And I definitely think that Kate and Kay are going to use that feeling. And we saw like a little demonstration. Remember when Kate went in the water and when Kate went in the water and Kay was like measuring that? I think they're going to use that and amplify that to help Titan X somehow or figure out something to do for Titan X.
Maybe, yeah. Almost like when they put 11 in Stranger Things into the tank.
Yes.
Maybe they'll do something like that with Kate. I do have for like the last like portion, I have some slides that I want to show with my own theories and thoughts about why Kate has this connection. I want to do a deeper dive on the whole resonance thing, the whole infrasound communication networking coordination that Titan X uses and navigates via when Critter's available, because he also wants to touch upon like the time travel stuff too. So we'll kind of do like a science deep dive when Critter's available. But I do want to touch upon some of it tonight. But yeah, like one of the things that like got me really excited because so I didn't get to present this to the live yet. If anyone has been attending Fandom Access by Sci-Fi Vision, I hang out in the chat there. I'm kind of like their like unofficial kaiju consultant. Sometimes I do a little bit of official kaiju consulting for them. And I hang out in the chat there and like I like kind of like put my own theories in there and like my own thoughts too. So yeah, I don't do like the whole like episode recap thing on my channel because I feel like we have Fandom Access for that and they do an amazing job. And Jamie has like those slides that just like those screenshots are just like so crisp and beautiful. And sorry, I'm nerding out a little bit because I've gone to use screenshots before. But But anyway, great channel. If you want to catch a recap where I'm kind of giving my input and my own thoughts too, that's a great place to go to. I tend to I'll try to remember to put a link in the video after. Um, but yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
You was fanboying a
The
little
deep
bit.
dive. Yeah, the deep dive we were gonna do, and
Oh, that's right, the infrasound. Okay, so one thing I do want to talk about that got me excited was the seagulls, because so seagulls navigate using a type of infrasound network called microbaromes. These are infrasonic or subsonic, whatever you want to call it. I think infrasonic is the real term for it. Vibrations that are created by waves colliding. Um, Generally like where currents are colliding, and it creates these gigantic vibrations that they go into the earth, they cause vibrations in the earth, and they also go upwards and create this large like sound vibration that humans cannot hear. However, humans can feel it. Um, we're not really good at it anymore, but we do still have the vestigial equipment to feel infrasonic vibrations, especially women,
yes,
which is
yes.
part of the research that I'll show a little bit of it later, but I'll dig more into it next time. And but yeah, so the seagulls, that got me excited because like there's all this like talk about resonance, and they're tying the ESP science into infrasonic vibration, which there's actually a lot of parapsychological or parapsychology tests that have been done, and experiments that have been done regarding that, and it does actually seem like for a lot of instances there's more of a link to infrasound for ESP than there is to like radio waves and things of that nature. Um, and but so when the seagulls were all flying around Titan X like that, I was like, oh my God, I think I'm pretty sure I was right. It's the infrasonic vibrations. It's screwing with the seagulls. At first, it seemed to me like, oh, like they're circling like something's dying, but their
Right.
behavior just still didn't fit that, and it was just like way too like unusual. And that just convinces me that the infrasonic vibrations that Titan X was sending out, that it uses for networking with the scarabs and also communicating with its priestesses, or Machi, which in this case would be Kate, that was somehow also affecting the seagulls.
Can you expand
Sorry,
more
I'll let you take it away. Oh yeah.
on Hamachis?
Oh,
I
so
was
the
just about to
Machis
say the same thing.
or the
Yes.
Machi, those were the medicine women, or the sacred healers of Chiloé. Um, the and Chilo was it Chiloé or Chiloé Islands, archipelago, where Santa Soledad is, and that's where the myth of Kai Kai Vilu, whom they're referring to, or kind of tying to the myth of Kai Kai Vilu, with the name Kokai. Um, Kai Kai Vilu was or is a sacred being, a deity of uh, a water deity, a sea deity that is worshipped in Chiloé by the Mapuche people, the indigenous Mapuche people. And it's one of many sacred deities. I'm not saying that they're all like priests or priestesses of Kai Kai Vilu, but it's a sacred deity to them. And I'm sure that, and maybe they do have specified priests and priestesses too. I'm not sure. I haven't seen a lot of that stuff. They keep to themselves. But in our kind of like sacred teachings. But anyway, there's a myth of Kai Kai Vilu versus Ten Ten Vilu or Tren Tren Vilu. Kai Kai means water, and then Vilu means snake, and Tren Tren means earth, and then Vilu means snake. And it's part of their story of how the archipelago formed, and to kind of explain like all the earthquakes and tsunamis they get, all the tectonic stuff and volcanic activity. and how it's shaped the archipelago and affects their lives. And so, in that mythology, or belief system, Kai Kai Vilu affects the tides, the earthquakes. If Kai Kai Vilu is angry at humanity because they haven't been, good to the ecosystem, good to each other, good to the ocean, they haven't been giving back to the ocean the way that they should. Kai Kai Vilu may become enraged. You're going to get an earthquake. You're going to get tidal waves, and things like that. And then Tren Tren Vilu is kind of like the volcanic earth force that rises the earth, whereas like that raises the earth in the archipelago and creates the archipelago and saves the people, gives them land, whereas Kai Kai Vilu is the one that kind of creates the tides and sinks them. And then I think at some point, like Tren Tren Vilu becomes angry at humanity, and then that becomes a different story. But it makes me think so much more of like how this seems to really mirror the whole dynamic between Titan X and Godzilla a little bit, because Godzilla just really feels like he's like that 1010 Vilu character in so many ways. Even though neither one of them are actually sea serpents, which is the primary depiction of those two.
Well, if you see Godzilla in the water, he definitely or she definitely got a sea serpent vibe to her.
Yeah. Yeah, Godzilla always seemed to me to be like kind of like a sea dragon.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. I love the creation stories. It seems like like one of the Titans always comes up from some type of a creation story. Even Godzilla with the creation of the atomic bomb and radiation, that's his creation, his origin story. And Mama Suzie, we had a good point. We don't really know what King Kong's like origin story is. Like, where was how did he get there? Where is he really from?
Awesomeness.
Awesomeness. I'm just saying it would be really cool because I don't think I've ever really seen. Doc, have you ever found like the origin, like where King Kong came from? I know he's always been in Skull Island, but from when, like, we know like the origin, like how Godzilla came around. We hear how other kaijus and how other Titans have come around, but I don't know an origin story for King Kong.
They're also saying that Skull Island is in Middle Earth or whatever the case is, right?
Yeah, it's on the surface world.
Oh, it's not in Middle Earth. So then how the hell he became a kaiju on not a underground Axis Mundi type world?
Okay, so the kaiju in the MonsterVerse, that pretty much all of them are naturally occurring creatures except for like Mechagodzilla, and then King Ghidorah came from outer space. But almost all of them are just ancient being. Like in this universe, they're not the same as like their old mythologies. So in this one, they're ancient beings. They're from ancient species of creatures that have been around for millions of years, but they feed they require a lot of radiation in order to like power themselves and live basically. And so when the surface level radiation, like the surface radiation like levels died down on the surface of the planet, most of them either went back to Hollow Earth or Axis Mundi or went into hibernation. And then when not just America, but when humans started using nuclear stuff, it started increasing the radiation levels, and that's what started awakening the Titans. And that's kind of their mythology here. And for this, the Kongs, it seems like the Kongs or the giant apes, they all came from I think they all came from Hollow Earth, and they eventually had to retreat to Skull Island as like their kind of like last bastion for a good portion of them. I don't know. I think a bunch of them got exiled to Skull Island, I think was the thing. Yeah. So there was the war between the Godzilla species and the great ape species. And the Godzilla species somehow managed to trap away most of the Kongs in that like subterranean realm that Scar King is in. That's kind of why they're all angry and bitter, a part of it. But Scar King was also part of the reason for that, because he was being a complete jerk and was
and still is or still was.
Yeah. Yeah. And but then some of them also managed to get onto Skull Island or the surface world, and at some point there must have been some sort of truce or something, and the ones that were on Skull Island, they were allowed to, do their own thing, but most of them got wiped out. I think it was by the Skull Crawlers. Or that might have been retconned in the comics, but I don't think the comics really count compared to the movies themselves. So I'm pretty sure in the movies they said that the Skull Crawlers killed Kong's parents.
That's crazy. Especially when
And
we seen Kong walking through that plant, walking through his shit, ripping shit like that apart like nothing.
Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kong becomes a beast, and he was still young there too, and small for and still smaller size because he becomes really gigantic by the time he fights Godzilla.
Exactly. So that's the man. And that's why Kong is the man.
And Dana Marie says it was really sad when Shaw was talking to his younger self that had her emotional. Yeah, that was kind of sad.
Would you have believed that was you, brother?
No.
I would have thought that was some bullshit too.
Nowadays, I definitely would not believe it with AI and everything else. I'd be like, okay, somehow you're someone who's been like snooping on me. You know some things about my backstory, and you're using some program to make a voice that sounds like a different version of me.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
If I was in the past, before the time of AI, I might believe it.
It's even hard to like ask yourself something that you think only you would know, considering.
That's what I was about to say. What could you ask yourself?
Right. What would you be able to ask yourself that isn't out there? Considering AI can scour every corner of the internet, the digital worlds, and all of our stuff is on there now. It even can hear us. Like if you have an Alexa or whatever in your house, cell phones can hear you, even when they're not on.
Oh yeah.
So
the Wi-Fi is mapping everything. The Wi-Fi can sense where you are in the house, where your dog is, everything else, and it's got like almost like a sonar type map of everything around it. It's really freaky. And I mean, the marketing agencies, I think, get all that information, if I'm not wrong. Maybe they don't, but I mean, someone can probably access it. And now we just found out, what was it? The makers who make the Claude AI, they had made some sort of like kind of like hacker program AI hacker program that they sent out just to like a couple of like big tech people or something like that to like look at and give them a heads up as to, okay, this is where technology is going. So make sure that start getting all of your like cyber defenses ready and stuff. And apparently people have been able to hacker groups were able to access that and managed to breach it, even though it's not publicly available. They were able to somehow hack into it and get a hold of it. And so now who knows what is out there and what people can access. It's kind of terrifying. But they're worried that that it means that like the whole like world banking system might be able to be like taken down by like just a group of hackers with some AI programs.
I remember some movies and some shit back in the days when they was already doing shit like that.
Yep.
Hacking into banks, taking pennies from billions of accounts and becoming rich off that shit.
Snake Eyes was a great movie. Yeah. So was Hackers with Angelina Jolie, and I fucking love that movie.
That was spectacular.
Oh, I need to watch that one.
Yep. And the dude that was like one of the best Sherlock Holmes. I thought he was great. I forget what his name is, like Billy Elliot or something like that. But yeah, that was such a great movie, Hackers. I love that movie. I grew up on that movie.
So acid burn.
With the time travel stuff, do you think we're going to be like restricted to the bootstrap paradox, kind of like we have with From, it seems? Like they're not going to really be able to change anything?
A lot of time travel gives us that paradox. Like you can see it, but you can't fix it. You can't change it. It's just what it is.
I kind of prefer that. It makes it a little bit easier and cleaner. But yeah, I don't know. Do you think that they're going to keep with that, or do you think that they might be able to change the past or change the future?
I think they're going to be able to change the past and the future. I don't think they're going to keep the paradox. I honestly don't think that this show will do that. I think they're going to show that there is a way. Just like Like certain things will always be a constant, but they'll be able to change certain events. If that makes sense. Like,
Why?
Yeah,
Why
that's what
would
I
they
think
want
too.
to?
why would they
Um,
want to?
well,
Why would they want to? What, to bring Randa back? Wouldn't that fuck up the Shaw thing?
No, I think it would be to
well, we
change
have
the direction of Monarch and the agreements that are made with Apex, and to keep it like where remember, like think when what Shaw said with Kay, he was like, Monarch is not what it used to be when you left it. And they've made it a point to say that in multiple episodes. And I really agree that if they would go back in time and like Randa, like they would still have the knowledge that she, what Axis Mundi is. But if they changed saving her and brought her back sooner, where she was able to take over Monarch and keep it about saving the Titans and not make
Well,
it.
they had that chance. We seen them, and they chose not to do it.
well, they could also go back and like destroy the Muto eggs before they hatch
That
instead of
too.
like instead of studying them. And then that would prevent G-Day, that would prevent all of Kate's trauma, all those people from dying, and Godzilla, I guess, coming onto land and messing things up. Although Godzilla really he did some damage, but not nearly as much as the Mutos did.
Julie's going to be mad at Kate when Kate gets to bring her dad back, but Jim is going to forever be gone.
Wait, what?
If they're able to time travel and go back and change things, that means Hiroshi will come back to life. And I go, Julie's going to be so jealous that Kate gets to bring her dad back, but she'll never be able to bring her dad back.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yep. Jim will forever be dead, but Hiroshi's got a possibility of coming back. I do believe that.
Oh, in case anyone in the audience does watch From and has not gone and seen the new so-called promo trailer that's out, it's, as far as I know from what I have researched, so you probably don't want to see it. It's got too many spoilers, and also I think it was mistakenly aired. So supposedly it was aired after, it was aired after From was shown on cable TV on one of the on the MGM station somewhere, and someone recorded it off there. But it seems like they might have been meaning to air the trailer for episode 2, but aired the trailer for episode 5. If
Nice.
you've seen
What
the
idiots.
synopses for the episode, for like the first 5 or 6 episodes that they used to have on IMDb that they've now removed, it matched with what I could see of episodes 5 and 6 of like what they like say, just a little bit they give you.
Right.
And also too, I was watching a bunch of videos on it, trying to figure out like, what is this? Where did this come from? And there was a Spanish speaking stream that I watched with subtitles where the guy explains that it was mistakenly aired as the episode 2 trailer, but it was for episode 5. And I don't know if he knows that for certain. But I had already looked at the episode list and had come to that conclusion myself. So caution, if you go and you watch that, you're getting heavy spoilers for stuff that trust me, you want to see it in the show. It's only an 8-second. It's only 8 seconds. Yeah, it's only an 8-second trailer, but they show so much in that 8 seconds that it gives away huge mysteries from that we've been wondering since the first season. So brace yourself. A lot of people have covered it. Because initially when it came out, people were just assuming it was a new promo that was only shown on TV, so it was fair game. So a lot of people were posting videos and commenting about it. So just be careful out there. If you see something about the new From trailer, the new From promo, that's probably what it is. So be careful. I regret seeing it. There was one comforting thing about it that I'm not going to say here. But other than that, I really wish I hadn't found out about these things that way. Just because I like surprises. Unless it's something I managed to figure out. Because then that's fine.
That's one of the biggest dyslexic fuck ups or mess ups like ever. The 2 and the 5. I've done that so many times before, so I get that, and I'm dyslexic. So I'm like, oh my gosh. that is such a dyslexic thing to do, and it happens when you say it, when you write it, when you see it. So I'm sure they're like all lined up and you're just clicking away, and when you look at it quick, especially if you're staring at a screen long enough, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. That person probably feels you're not stupid, you just have a neurodivergent brain, but damn, what a fuck up.
Exactly.
But don't feel
Yeah,
bad,
'cause
we all have been there, we've all been there.
Don't feel
Don't feel
bad.
bad.
That person, I'm pretty sure, is on the unemployment line.
unfortunately they might be. I
Yeah,
hope not.
unless it's medically diagnosed and they can prove it, then they cannot be fired for it. But if they just know they're dyslexic and have never been medically diagnosed, then they're fired.
Grace Draken says Kentaro needs the boot. That's why we also call him
Agreed.
Kentaro. I do like Kentaro, but he is just so like, oh, right now I just want to shake him.
How mad were you that he completely betrayed his sister for lady parts? I almost said a bad word.
Yeah. I mean, it's more than that, but like, I think he's being way too hard on Kate. He's always been way too hard on Kate. I mean, Kate's a bright, joyful, cheery personality. I mean, like that really like helps things, right? But
Like
she's
she's
been a
like
lot
she's
better
the
this
one that
season.
cheated on his mom's.
Yeah, like she had nothing to do with that. But I think also too, right now he's resentful because apparently there might have been a relationship between Kate and May that happened. That
There
like,
was.
and people were reading between the lines and saying that there was, and
There was.
I guess it seems like there really was, and Kentaro
Yeah,
is not okay
you mean
with
a
it.
little like scissoring type thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Say word.
They were. And then wait, May hooked up with Kentaro, then she hooks up with Kate, and then she hooks back up with Kentaro. I'm just saying,
He's a
that is some
hooker.
sibling love right there. That
He's
is.
a hooker.
I'm just saying,
That's
there's
just
so
a
many
lot.
fish in the sea. You don't have to keep with the same bloodline. Seriously.
Nah, she's
Yeah.
a hooker.
No. Well, like I can understand like how like they're stuck in those situations. They become like close, and they're also in these life and death situations where it's like I could die tomorrow or in 10 minutes.
Bro,
I don't know. But
bro.
like it's so messy and gross. Like
There
just
was
no.
there was one part where like Kentaro was like, you know, earlier on, I think at the end of season 1, where he's like, I know that you guys are together, and you know, whatever, and like he gave Kate kind of like shit about it, but let May off the hook, or maybe whatever. He let one off the hook and like gave the other one shit. I forget which way it went, but he knew that, and I don't know when he's. I was like, why, bro, why? And then right away, someone else comes in that actually shares like similar traits and qualities, and he's right there jumping in bed with her, and I'm like, oh, of course. At least it's with somebody else that's not freaking May. I don't know.
But that's gonna make him betray him. That's what I think he's gonna do. He's gonna end up betraying everybody for some trim.
But I think that she's gonna wind up betraying him.
Yeah,
not
because
Kate,
it's all a
the girl. I think it's Simmons, right? Simmons.
Yeah. Is it Isabel Simmons?
Yes.
It's all a setup. She's using the booty to confuse him, and she's gonna use him to do something stupid.
Yep.
Watch.
Right. I absolutely agree. And then he's gonna have this overwhelming sense of guilt, and hopefully that will humble his ass so he can stop riding Kate so hard.
And that's gonna be his arc coming back. He's gonna have to fix this fuck up.
Yeah, because right now I feel like he's a little too cocky and conceited.
And Dre says the Shaw K Billy dynamic hard carries the show, but not feeling the Kate Kentaro May. Yeah. I hear that.
I ultimately, though, think that there's going to be a huge divide between Shaw and Kate, and then Shaw and Kay, because each of them separately have their own relationships. Kay feels like this, you know, they feel like kind of indebted to each other from when they fell and got out of Access Mundi. And, you know, Kay and Shaw have this I love you, but I can't be with you kind of a relationship that's like never really died. So this whole him wanting to like take them all out, and this is the only way. This is like a hard line in the sand. So I'm really excited for what we're gonna see in the next like half an hour, to see what they do. I personally think those two girls are gonna go rebel, and I think they should. I think they should go freaking run, do their own shit, and save the freaking Titans.
Do you mean
they can start their own crew?
May and Brenda? Brenda
No,
from Apex?
no, Kate and Kate and Kay. I think that they should go and save
Oh
the
yeah.
Titans. And I do think, to be honest, I think that like they're gonna have to. I think Kay is gonna have to outweigh which is the greater evil, and right now it's gonna be Shaw and Monarch. So I think I think it's gonna be Apex. She might go to for help, and then have to somehow get away from them. But they might be the only ones that are gonna be able to help take out Shaw. I don't see Tim and Monarch doing that. I see Tim and Monarch backing up Shaw.
So now, each of you, I'll go first with you, Dark Elf. Do you think we're going to get like kind of like a happy ending where Titan X survives and the egg survives too? And they, what do you think, or what do you think's going to
Nah,
happen?
that's not good TV. I think it's gonna be something that Apex cracked the egg and they do something that is gonna lead us into season 2, like on some high peak, make us hungry to come back. And it might be Homie involved, and that's where he gonna break himself on that same hill for
Mm.
being a schmuck over Trim.
So do you think they're gonna keep like kind of Titan X as like a character in the story, or at least like keep things tied to Titan X in some way and carry this on?
At least until the end of the season. I think we're gonna end with, like I said, with them possibly cracking the egg, doing something to the egg that gets us leading into season 2 with on a high, like, oh my God, they just did this. What are they gonna do next type of thing.
Okay, I could see that.
Cliffhanger, there we go.
I could see that. What do you think, Jen?
I actually agree. I think that there's going to be a cliffhanger, but the cliffhanger is, I think we're going to know that they're going to keep the egg and do something with it. But I think Titan X dying is going to be a cliffhanger, whether or not she dies. I don't think both will survive.
Hmm, you might be right, fortunately. I'm
Unless
I'm
they
hoping.
unless they go the other way and we see Titan X survive, but we know that even if they crack the egg, they do something to it, and we watch it's on a cliffhanger, watching whether or not the egg survives because something gets messed up.
That I could definitely see too.
Yeah, I
I'm
just
hope
don't see both surviving. It's got to go one way or the other, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Better
because I don't know
yet,
how they're going to get their hands on back on the egg unless like the governments force Apex to return it or something.
I think that sonar sound that we heard that called the scarabs might come into play, and that's also with if they use like some kind of like water chamber or put Kate into the water, I think she might be able to call it before they get like some kind of collar around it to control it, like
Hmm.
Brenda's device thingy. I'm sorry, I'm like thingy. I'm professional. I apologize. The
But yeah, we don't
electronic
even know the
collar. I don't know
we
what
don't
they
even know the
called it.
gestation period.
Yeah, we don't exactly. We don't know, but considering that it will be small, and remember, May made it a point to say she wasn't able to, make the code work for it to be such a big, large creature, but they were testing it on smaller animals. So if they
Hmm.
are able to collar it when it's small, but like let's say they do collar it, and then May sends some kind of code that's gonna like kill it, we're left off on that kind of a cliffhanger, or something of that nature. Because I think that's got to come back into play.
So there's also this has a lot these ideas have a lot of parallels, and also to where the show is going has a lot of parallels with the video game Kong Survivor Instinct, which is supposedly canon. I think they want to have it canon because of the giant spider monster in it. Can't remember the name of the thing. Um, but the main part of the story was that Jonah had and the hyenas had um, what do you call it? The Kaiju Tiamat that Godzilla fights in Godzilla X Kong Supernova underwater. Not Supernova. Godzilla X Kong New Empire. Godzilla has this water fight with this like glowing pink sea serpent creature that's Tiamat. And in the game, which takes place, I guess would be taking place in like I guess like either right now in the show or in the next year. Jonah and the hyenas, they've got Tiamat they don't have Tiamat captured. They've got Tiamat's baby captured, and they're trying to control the baby and trying to control the mom using the baby. And I feel like that's got so many parallels with what Apex is doing in this show
Right.
or
Exactly.
trying to do. So I don't know if it's going to go. I feel like it's got to somehow though like dodge what happens in Survivor Instinct, which is spoiler alert, it was a terrible game, awful game, very boring, not as much story as I really hoped for. I didn't play it, but I watched a playthrough, and my God, that was boring. Anyway, at the end, Tiamat rescues the baby. They escape, but at least I'm pretty sure that was how it ended. Yeah. And so I don't know that we're gonna get the same thing with this. I feel like Darce'lph says, and like Jen, like you're saying, it's probably not gonna be a super happy ending for Titan X. And I'm kind of cringing just thinking about it because I really just want Titan X and the egg to get back into Axis Mundi. Titan X has her egg, and then Apex experiments on scarabs, and maybe since apparently Apex may have created the Oxygen Destroyer, or they definitely did if you go by the novelizations, then maybe they will use they'll be doing experiments on the scarabs, and then that will somehow cause Destroya to be created, who is basically one of the big bads of the Godzilla verse. And was the toughest monster Godzilla ever fought, and did not defeat by himself. But people
Don't tell me with
theorize that
Mothra.
nope, not with Mothra, with Super
Thank the Lord.
X3.
Thank the Lord, because I can't buy the Mothra's beating anybody up.
Nope, it was a super jet, well, some sort of super attack plane called Super X3, and it had these like freeze cannons. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But people expect that Destroyer will eventually show up in MonsterVerse, and will kind of be like maybe what they close out the series with, or like they throw it in there before they like wrap up the MonsterVerse. And people have been theorizing, how are they going to get there? They already used the Oxygen, so they used the Oxygen Destroyer in Godzilla King of the Monsters against Godzilla and King Ghidorah. And how are they going to play with that? And the Scarabs have a lot of resemblance to the early stages of Destroya, because Destroya is kind of it's a bunch of little crab creatures that come together and assemble and make one big giant monster and stuff, and can split apart into smaller creatures again, and so on. And
like Voltron.
Yeah, it's like Voltron with monsters, and can like take on like different forms.
Sorry.
Well, you know, they say crabs
that was
actually
great.
do that.
Way to put it. Oh yeah.
They all melt.
Yeah.
Like they what?
That they all meld together. Like if they're getting attacked, they won't just like fight alone. They all meld together into one big solid mass.
Really? I didn't know that. That's wild.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's some crazy shit. But now let's do a what if. Now, what if they do some shit like at the end of the season? Yeah, X dies, but X dies trying to save her eggs, and that shit causes some kind of like monster chain reaction, and all the monsters now want to go after Apex type of shit.
Well, if she dies, won't her energy be released? Couldn't that open up a rift?
No, they need the Titans to go through a rift in order for, I guess, a vehicle to safely. In order for it to actually open, I guess, supposedly, in order for the rift to actually open, a Titan has to go through the bile vortex, and somehow that opens up the channel. But no, them dying, it doesn't create a rift.
Okay.
I don't think it will create any kind of energy either. I think it'll just create a mess. And she's going to regenerate, or try to probably.
Right.
And which is also interesting because that's one of Tiamat's powers. So it seems like Titan X and Tiamat have like a lot of similarities. Oh, so maybe Titan X and Tiamat are maybe Tiamat is no, because Tiamat's even more aquatic. I can't see Tiamat being Trenfinvilu. But like Tiamat also has like that pink like glow that it can do. So they're very similar in some ways. And yeah, Dre. So when are we getting the Supernova teaser for Godzilla X-Con Supernova? I think most of the fandom expected to get it during CinemaCon or CinemaCon, when I guess like within a day or so of getting the Godzilla -0 one, but we didn't get that. But who knows? I guess the more time they take to make this stuff, the better, right? Better quality, hopefully.
Right.
Unless you would hope, yeah, you would hope.
You would hope.
Right, you would hope. They put off Godzilla X Kong Supernova by a year to accommodate Godzilla Minus Zero, because they have Legendary and Toho. Toho's the Godzilla company. They have an agreement to not release a Godzilla movie in the same year. And so because Godzilla Minus Zero was coming out in 2026, they had to move Godzilla X Kong to 2027. So the movie's like mostly done. They've been doing test screenings and stuff, but it seems like they're still working on it. And I think that might be a good thing. We do know that Space Godzilla is going to be the main enemy or one of the main enemies. We don't know a whole lot of other details yet. There have been leaks out there. There are a lot of leaks out there. I go and I read them just because I feel like I have to know what the leaks are. And people are going to be like putting these out there for a long time, so I'm not going to be able to avoid them because I'm on social media so much anyway that I might as well get it over with. But if you can avoid them, I do recommend avoiding them because the leaks do give a little bit too much. But I mean, it's a movie. At least it's not like a mystery TV show. You're going to watch giant monsters fight. And yeah, Tiamat like the D&D god, because D&D also takes a lot of inspiration from from real mythology.
In D&D, I think she got like 7 heads and shit.
Yeah, she's got
5.
multiple
One for each
Okay,
color.
yeah,
5.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm so Subad Michael's not here because he and I are both big Dragonlance nerds. It's a book series in the Dungeons and Dragons
Who's your favorite character? That's
franchise.
my shit, Dragonlance.
Oh, really?
Who's your
Raceland,
favorite
hands down.
character?
Raceland and Kalendros,
Raceland?
the blue dragon. Yeah.
Okay. My boy Race.
It's impossible to not love Raceland just because he's such a complex character that even like if
He's
you
an
don't like
asshole. What
him,
do you mean
you have
complex?
to.
He was an asshole through the whole series. He was just a great asshole though.
Exactly. Oh man, and of course, Tasselhoff, his band, amazing characters. I like some of the later characters too, like
What about the Solamic Knights? Remember that oath?
yeah,
That oath
yep,
was
the
crazy.
Knights of Salami.
Nah, my man definitely was
Stern,
what was it?
Brightblade,
I
and
forgot what his name,
Steel.
the Wanderer, the one that used to keep robbing them and never knew how shit got in his pocket.
Yeah, Tasselhoff, the
Tasselhoff, there
Kender.
we go. Yeah. Shit, what? That's yours? Oh shit, it must have fell in there. Yeah, how the fuck it fell in your clothes pocket, dude?
Yeah. Oh, I'm just borrowing this.
Word up. But his crew didn't even care. They was used to that shit. But when he
Oh
was
yeah.
needed, he helped them a lot though.
Yep, they were the halflings of Dragonlance, or the what do you call it,
Yeah.
the
They was like
hobbits,
they was kind of slow,
kind
but
of.
they were he was smart.
Oh, no, they were fast. They were small and fast, but they're gonna rob you. You're gonna
No,
have
they
a hard
robbing
time
you
holding on to
blind.
your possessions, but they're a good ally on your team.
They robbing you blind though. Yo, man,
Yep,
and he
but
would
they're
take
also
the
gonna rob.
craziest shit.
But they're also gonna rob everyone else, and they're gonna be a good resource. So when you're like, oh, I'm in need of this random thing, there's a possibility that Kender might have what you need.
Kender, that's the name. I was trying to remember the name of the race. Yes, Kender. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That series
It,
was
it,
great though.
Yeah, it's supposed to be similar to a Kinder, which is like German or Germanic for child, because they're like a childlike race.
Oh,
They don't get
did you
facial
see
hair, and
they should have did more, but did you see the animated movie they did? That was actually pretty good.
yeah, I wish they had done more with that. I was disappointed that it was I feel like they should have had that separated maybe into 2 movies, but they did a great job with what they did. And yeah, it's sad that they didn't do more of that. And
Yeah,
one
I
of the
wanted
actresses
more.
from that has passed away now.
Oh, that I didn't know. Rest in peace to the dead. Oh, but that was good for like you said, for what it was. I like stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like the Wheel of Time, I follow that series heavy. They did the show, and the show was type weak, but due to the fact that I was so in love with the books, I was like, it was okay. You know what I'm saying? Just to have
Mm.
something.
That one I never read. I meant to. I haven't gotten to it. I saw the first season
Great
of the
series.
show, loved it. Haven't finished that yet.
It got better.
And
If you enjoyed the first
oh
season,
yeah,
it got way better towards the end. Sadly, it was almost to the level like, damn, why y'all choose to fucking cancel this shit now? It was actually getting good.
I also got really into. They don't have a TV series for it yet, but they keep trying to make one. They might be making one. The Heralds of Valdemar by Mercedes Lackey.
Oh,
Mm,
those is my other shits.
that would
Even
be
though a
Yeah.
couple of those dudes was a little fruity booty, but
Oh well, I'm
overall,
fruity,
they
so it's
was
all good.
fire. They was
Oh, I love
fire.
Daniel. The TV series that they were talking about coming out with is actually Daniel's the
Oh,
Last
I
Stone
didn't mean no
Age.
disrespect by that, brother. First
No,
off,
it's all
I'm
good.
just saying.
But uh but yeah, that's what got me into the series. I love that
The
series, and I
Firestarter one, what was it? Craven. They called them Craven.
Craven.
But the whole village, they was like some of the strongest wizards in the book. What are you talking about? They was on point.
Mm.
yeah. And then more recently I got into I've only read the first two of them, but the Sword of Truth series and
Oh,
Oh,
Legend
your
of the
brother, you
Seeker
like
is
my
the
brother
TV
from
show.
another mother. You my white brother. Shit. From now on, that's it. Doc, y'all, I said it live. Doc is my white brother. That's it, yo.
I love it.
And
I
that's
love it.
another one. The Sword of Truth series was serious.
Yeah. Oh man,
And they
Richard
brought it
Rolfe,
like the recent stuff.
my hero.
I'm like 4 books back, but the recent stuff brings it into modern times. They got crazy with that shit.
Oh yeah.
I gotta check
Yeah,
Oh
it.
they
man,
follow his daughter.
okay. I've really got to proceed in that series, man. Because I absolutely love it. So I kept like rereading the last like part of Stone of Tears. I'm sorry to everyone else
That
here
was
that
a
I'm
great
on this
one.
like big nerdy rant now, but yeah, I reread like the
Yo,
end of it like a couple times
yo,
before
tell me
actually
Richard
finishing it.
Cypher didn't have nuts, yo. That man
Oh
was
yeah.
gangster when they brought him into with all the witches. He was like, "I'm gonna let y'all know, and then y'all play me. I'm gonna kill you, kill y'all right
Yeah.
here." That man was
Oh, he
real.
was awesome because like he would try everything he possibly could, and he was brilliant to make sure that like as few people died as possible. And if you got killed by Richard, you had it coming. You were the one that was coming for him and or coming for someone that needed saving, and there was no other way to deal with you.
And he did it harshly. He did
Oh
it
yeah.
harshly. The way he dances with death. Oh man, that man is the dude. And his people. When he met the mud people, he killed like
Yep.
200 of them right there. And they was happy about it. Yes, you are the one. What you mean? I just killed 200 of y'all.
It earned their respect.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I just killed 200. Nah, you the one. Come eat. Let's have a party. Step over that body. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh man. Oh, those are good.
I
yeah, those is
definitely need to catch
classic.
up
That's
on
my
this series.
everything you just said. There's all my shit. And if you haven't read them, gender teacher, get on your job.
I am. I'm gonna have to go read them. I've never heard of it.
Have you seen
Wow.
Legend of the Seeker, the TV show?
Yes.
It
Okay,
was garbage, but I still liked it because
it's
I'm
that,
biased.
but it's that, but the books are like obviously the books are a million times
Way
better.
better.
Way better.
Except
Way
well, one caveat is the first book is very derivative of Tolkien, but after that first book, everything else is like fresh ground. And the thing that I really love about the series, though, is that it's really philosophical. It's really focused on the wizard's rules, and they kind
yes,
of remind
yes.
me of
He uses them though. It wasn't just like stupid titles or stupid
yeah,
chapters. Like he turned around and then he's like, "Yeah, that makes sense now." You know what I'm saying?
yep. Each book is devoted to teaching you the lesson of that rule. Each book is a
Ooh,
lesson, and that's one of the things I love about it. And
I would
the
love
wizard's rules remind me of are you familiar with the 4 or 5 agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz?
that. No.
No. But I'm interested in hearing what you got to say now, though. So if it's like the
Yeah.
Wizards rules, I'm with it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like a real world version of that, but it's only like 4 or 5 rules. Let me see if I can remember them offhand. I'm gonna butcher the order. Nothing anyone ever does is because of you. It's because of their own bullshit, basically. Let's see, what's another one? Always do your best, then you don't have to have any regrets. And your best is going to change from day to day, depending upon your own health, and also take care of yourself, because otherwise you can't do your best. What were the other ones? I pull it up on my phone. I should have these all
Everything didn't make
memorized, but I
sense.
don't.
Everything there made sense so far. I'll tell you that much. Everything you said made
I,
sense.
I know the fifth one is to like always be critical or always be skeptical. Um, oh, be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. That was the one where nothing anyone does is because of you. Really, at score anyway. So let me just read it real quick. Doesn't want to cooperate. Darn it. All right. Hold on. I don't know why Google doesn't want to cooperate with me. There we are. All right, first one, be impeccable with your words. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life and always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. And yeah, so it kind of makes me think of the Wizard's rules because like the first one is people are stupid. They believe things not because they are true necessarily, but because they fear or desire them to be true. Oh, I missed a bunch of comments here. But
What
and
about
then the second.
damn, I can't remember their name. What was the chicks in red? They was gangster.
Oh yeah, crud. I can't remember their names either. I remember one was named Denna, and then there was the real.
Yeah,
Then there
that's
was
the
the one
one he
from the
put the
TV
beans
show.
on.
Yeah. Um, and then there was the one in the show.
Okay, that
And
was
I haven't.
Kara. I'm gonna remember her. She looking
Kara,
bad with that
yeah.
shit.
I
Kara
don't think I've been
became his
introduced to
people
her
in the
yet.
book.
Yep. I
Oh,
don't think I've
now
been
she
introduced to her
actually
yet in the
became his
books.
peoples in the books. That's actually true. Wait, you haven't been introduced to her yet. You don't know who he is yet?
Well, I know who she is from the TV show, but not in
No,
the
no, I'm
book. I
talking
think they might
about
have.
him. If you haven't been introduced to Kara yet, that means you don't know who he is.
Oh, he's Emperor Rawl. He's the son
Oh,
of
okay.
Darken
So
Rawl.
then I can't believe it because as soon as he goes back to the castle, all them chicks in red comes
Oh,
and
she.
Kara's the leader.
Oh, okay. Maybe I was listening to an audiobook, so maybe I just somehow missed it. But
Yeah, Kara was the
or
leader
just
of that. She was
misremembered.
like the one that locked in.
Oh, I think I do remember that now, actually.
Yeah, that's why anywhere, even if he was like, yo, I'm going alone, she was like, nah, fuck you. She was like, nah, fuck you. I'm coming.
Dana Marie says, I found your weakness. You can talk about these books for hours. Hey, Kimberly.
What? Not
Kimberly's
even in
here.
the game. And look,
The Four
Shannara, that's
Agreements.
another one.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen that, if you follow
Oh,
that series.
I've only read one of them. I read Running with the Demon, and I absolutely loved it. And
Ah, so you went,
that's in like the
you
back
started early.
history. Yeah, that's in
You
like the
started early.
prequel series that turned out to
Yeah,
be a
no,
surprise
that
prequel series, right? That was Sly the way that oh, shit, that one's
yeah,
not Terry
Brooks.
Goodkind. That one's
Brooks.
Terry Brooks. Yeah, they're both
Yeah,
Terrys.
Brooks.
That one's Terry Brooks. Because yeah, that was Sly the way that he did that though. Because I ended up researching that how like he had like these two different series, and people kind of always wondered like, are they connected? Is one like the past of the other? And then like he like puts out the surprise like trilogy or whatever that like merge it like bridges the
Yo,
gap.
that shit blew
No,
my mind because I followed
yeah,
Shannara first, and I read like the 12 books of the Shannara. And then I was like, oh, he got other books. Let me check these out. Then I started loving that shit. And then when he threw the middle books in, I was like, yo, this nigga's a genius. I'm like, this dude is the man.
I need to read the others because so like did the others kind of still have like that like dark vibe that Running with the Demon has and like that whole like witch
I'm
saga
gonna be honest,
storyline?
it somewhere along the way, I'm not gonna blow it up when it changes into some full-fledged like fantasy.
Okay. I still dig that
So
though.
like
Obviously, I like
yeah, like
Dragonlance.
so they're telling like the way I took it at least, they're telling us where you at with Running with the Demon and those first 6 books is our world turning into this fairy myth type of world that we get in the Shannara.
I saw most of the TV show, which I'm sure does not even compare to, like at all. I mean, that was made by MTV.
That's actually what again, when I'm a big fan of a book, I tend to be a little biased with the shows. Dana get mad at
Mm,
me. Oh, but the show was whack. Nah, it was okay, I guess. Because let's be honest, a lot of times you ain't gonna see that happen again, at least in my lifetime. So I got to take what I was given and be like, all right, it is what it is. The same thing with the Wheel of Time. I love those books. The show, it was mediocre at best, but I'm biased. I love the book, so whatever I got, I'm gonna be like, it was all right.
yeah,
I do
yeah,
that with a lot of
I feel
Marvel
that.
movies and comic book movies because I'm a comic nerd.
Yes.
I'll be like, it was all right. Even if it was
Exactly.
trash, it was all right. There's something in it I can be like, but this was that was like the comic, so that's all right. And that's my bias though.
Kimberly says one of her favorite acronyms is THINK. Is it true? Is it honest? Is it informative? Is it necessary? And is it kind? I like that.
Great
And Dre
acronym.
says, LOL, damn. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I have this habit of just like reading right through without giving you all opportunity to react. Sorry. All right. Well, Dre says, "Damn, I'm a surface level nerd with Monarch, but this is interesting. We have good taste." Oh, thank you. We're just, yeah. I'm a long time nerd.
I think we all are.
Sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack into the books, but once you mention books I'm into, we could talk about that shit. We can have a whole stream dedicated to just them books, brother, and I'm with it.
Oh yeah, It's been so long since I've read any of them though, except the Sword of Truth ones were a bit more recent. Um,
Nah, them shits is
so
fire. Some of them has been years, and I swear to you, I could sit here and conversate like I read them shits yesterday. That's how ingrained in my head them shits is.
so the show is about to start. Oh, hold on, what's this? Okay, and Jen, you have to run. Any closing thoughts? I'm probably going to skip the science stuff this time. We could talk more about that next time,
Yeah, I
or
wanted to
when
see
we
your
do a science one.
slides.
All right.
I wanted to see your slides, so next time you got to bring them back up.
Okay. Because yeah, I've already got them kind of ready to go, but we've been having so much fun talking that
I
I
know.
haven't
Right.
wanted to like go like full like, all right, now we're going to sit down and do the
Whenever you
lesson,
want to rock
everyone.
again, brother. Whenever you want to rock
Awesome.
again, let me know. This was my pleasure.
Yeah, I'm
Absolutely. Are we
fascinated.
doing a live watch along too? Okay, so we do hold on. Let me I don't usually like to post a link in here. Hold on. Grace. So just so we don't really want so you're over 18, right? Because we don't really want kids in our Discord, but we do watch parties for some things. But I don't because sometimes we watch horror movies. I don't want to have to deal with angry parents. Um,
For real.
and we watch
Okay.
From and stuff, and From can be really gory. I mean, it's on cable TV, but still. Um, so I'll post the link in here, but if you're under 18, please do not join. If you're joining, you are hereby certifying that you are over 18 years of age. And
Oh, he gonna Shawn Michaels kick you out of his Discord.
yep. And so
I love that you said Shawn Michaels.
That's a fact. Remember that sweet chin
Yeah,
music? He used to
hell
lay
yeah.
people out with that.
Give me
we
some
usually
White
do watch
Heart.
parties Friday nights. So we don't do it on Thursday night because I can't run it from my own computer. Our friend in Belgium, Dieter, he does our watch parties. So we do watch parties Friday nights, and then sometimes we'll do them on in the afternoons on Saturdays and Sundays. And sometimes we also do watch parties random nights as well if something comes out that we want to watch or if it's the weekend and nothing's really going on. Right now, I feel like we're probably only going to have one or two watch parties a week just because uh, the show that we're all obsessed with, or a lot of us here are obsessed with, the show From on MGM. That's the name of the show, From. Um, Most of us here are obsessed with this show. It's,
Yes.
in my opinion, it's a masterpiece. It's brilliant, and it's the best horror television show on air currently, and maybe one of the best ever created. But I'm kind of biased because I've been in the community for so long, and well, not for so long, but for the past year, and I've just become so like part of the community that I'm very biased. But yeah, if you haven't seen From, check out the trailer for season 1 on the Rotten Tomatoes one is really good. Don't watch anything else before you watch the show. It's going to spoil things. It's just watch the show. It's a mystery. It's a mystery horror show, kind of like Lost, but they give you answers. It's got an actual point and ending planned and everything. John Griffin, who writes From, this is his story. This is his first TV show, and he basically wrote the original draft 20 years ago. So no, we are not obsessed. Yeah, okay. Lies. I detect lies. Liar. Liar.
Not at all. We go beyond the word obsessed. I think that's exactly what Dana Marie means. We have crossed the line far over. We have done the long jump over that motherfucker. We have gone way beyond the line of obsessed. Way.
Like Kimberly says, we are fromaholics.
Yes.
From fiends.
From fiends.
From fiends. We are the fromily or the
familia. I just made a new word, y'all. Friends.
Friends.
Or from tecados.
From number 1.
From
we moved way past obsessed. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. I'm not going to do the science slides tonight. I'll do that when Critter's around. Long story short, I guess I should probably present my theory about Kate really quick before we close this up, in case they end up revealing that to be proven in the next episode. But I feel like the reason why Kate is resonating with Titan X is because, well, I got 4 reasons. 1, when Kate went into Axis Mundi, it was intentional. 2, Kate awakened Titan X, and I feel like Titan X kind of imprinted a little bit on Kate because of that, because I think probably at certain points the awakening of Titan X was probably linked to a priestess doing the awakening process, and who was there doing the awakening? It was Kate. 3, genetics. Her family is obsessed with Titans. They are obsessed with Titans. They are probably maybe a little bit more sensitive or attuned in their bodies to the infrasonic vibrations of Titans. Possibly, maybe. I don't know. But it does seem that Kate has a sort of psychic connection with Titan X, and it does seem to be tied to infrasound. And that's how a lot of animals communicate, is through infrasound. It's how a lot of animals, especially aquatic animals and birds, navigate. And I think that is our ESP for Monarch.
But is it just X, or is it all of them? Because remember, Kong gave her that look in the copter too.
Yep, I think it's all of them to all of them to a certain degree. But I think that her bond with Titan X is a little bit special right now, or at least it's the first. Yeah, it's strongest. She has the strongest bond.
Stronger than the blondes with Kong. Like the blondes with Kong, there's definitely like an imprinting that goes on there. And again, for the same reason, like a princess, he always saw that upon his awakening. So that was the first thing that Titan X saw, was her. So I definitely agree with that. Great theories.
Listen, I'm saying it first on Kaiju. Next season, Kate gonna sing and Mothra come out. She's gonna be one of the singing chicks for Mothra.
Let's go. Let's go.
Awesome. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
He said, "Let's go."
And then my fourth theory towards that is trauma. Kate suffered a lot of trauma, and right now Titan X is going through a traumatic experience. So I think that creates an emotional resonance. And those are my theories as to why Kate has this link to Titan X and not Keiko. Because they both spent time in Axis Mundi, and maybe the time in Axis Mundi did allow some sort of resonant entrainment or something with Titan X, where like the vibrations like kind of synced up a little bit, or some sort of effect from Axis Mundi. But there are a lot of people that have been there, so there has to be something more to it, and that's why I have those other theories to go with.
Great. I love it. You're right. There definitely has to be something more to it. I can't figure it out, but I like your theory about it 100%. Definitely.
Makes sense.
Even the gamma rays. I think we were talking about like brain frequency and gamma rays. because that's in the
Mm.
radiation. But I liked what you talked about with the seagulls and the infrared. I think it might be that instead.
Gamma rays, Incredible Hulk about to be a kaiju.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. Actually, I think there was I think it was a video someone made. Oh no, I think in the comics Hulk beat Godzilla in the recent
Hulk is the
comics.
man. Hulk is the man.
I think Hulk beat Godzilla if I remember right, or maybe it was in one of those online YouTube death matches. I
Nice.
can't remember. But
That's
yeah.
great.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us and being here. Thank you everyone in the chat. And you both, if you want, you can join me in the backstage for a minute if you want. But everyone else, have a great night and enjoy the show.
Bye.
Yeah.
Good night. Thank
For
you.
having me.
Thank you, Doc. Love you guys. Thank you.
Love you. Thank you. Endings.